Okay, so I'm going to tie some things together here. So if we look here, this is the Truman Show. Y'all remember that, right? When we was years ago. You come out, you got the seal right here, right? And you got the number 36, which is your 9. So watch the beginning of it here, of this scene.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Oh, and in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Yeah.
So let's see. Good afternoon would be 3, good evening would be 6, or 9, and good night would be, well, 3, that would be 3, 6, 9. Good afternoon would be 3, good evening would be 6, good night would be 9.
Morning, Truman. Morning, Spencer. Hey, Pluto. No.
Now listen to what he said. Hey, Pluto. I guarantee you that's in reference to the planet, not the dog. However, the dog is going to come into play here.
Get down. He won't hurt you. Get down. Yeah, I know. It's just me. Come on, Pluto.
That's the stage light. Now pay attention. Here you got the 2 pillars with the seal. Now this is important. Isn't it funny? Look at that. See the G and the 9? Just doesn't matter which way it goes. See the 9 right there in the light? So you got the 9 or the G. You got the 2 pillars. And what do you got? The seal here. What is the seal? The seal is to keep you out. See? What is this? Well, it represents the same thing the ball on New Year's Eve represents. That ball that they drop is what's referred to as the fall of light. See the palm trees in the back? The fall of light, everybody claps for, represents another cycle because it's a new year, and it represents the fall of light, which was the knowledge from the Father, right? So the fall of light is a disconnect from the Father. The same things that's represented by the fireworks. Nine, Canis Major. Now, I said we get back to the dog, so we will, which is going to tie into some other stuff that I was already on. You remember this from my friend from the friend of mine that was a writer that was in Hollywood. She passed away, and I found this on her daughter's Facebook page. And then I took this because this was just odd. And then I showed you it was on, what was that one singer's thing, and it said no secrets. Okay, so look at the front of this here. Now, my friend sent me this. This dude, they carry around the skull. See the yellow and pink and blue? So I know this is the divine. I know this is all tied to that. But what's interesting is looking at this guy's work and his sketches. If you look at this head right here, the thing that gives us away is the 2 front teeth, which is interesting because we're always talking about those 2 front teeth. See the teeth there? See the teeth there? See how they angle out? Which is odd. That comes from this. It's called right here. It's interesting. Candida, die, or whatever, is biologically a family of dog-like carnivores. A member of this family is called canid. There are 3 subfamilies found in the family which are the extinct blah 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 blah. And what's interesting is this word here, because this may actually transfer over into the whole story of Cain and Abel. See, Canaan are known as the canines, which includes domestic dogs, wolves, and foxes. But this clearly is not the head of a dog. However, there's an intermingling of these things being reptilian and mammals at the same time. Here's a picture of this dude. Supposedly he's got this fucking skull of whatever this thing is. Beyond a shadow of a doubt, whatever this is, whether it's occult storytelling or it's actual, there's way too much evidence that this reptilian shit is real. Because I've studied this. I studied this stuff, and not the reptilian stuff. All of my stuff, and all of my stuff falls in line with all of this stuff. And I just barely even started looking at this stuff. The hand signs and all the other stuff I found seems to fit right in here. So what this is telling me is that whoever these guys are, they're stuck here. They're running around in here with us. I don't know who they are. I don't know what they are. Somehow Saturn is involved in this, the planet. This is who I think possibly that the Jews have aligned themselves with. Because these guys are reptilian too. You see, there's something serious going on here. The story that they're telling is their story of falling. I don't think, and let me just show you something. Hang on. Let me just bring something else up here. This is another picture of one of them critters from the top. I mean, look. Take it like this. I mean, you can't get any more obvious than that hand symbol. And then look at the jagged spikes going around it. There's no doubt in my mind that this is tied to all of this. Ike could have told you the truth about this shit a long time ago. Just running around talking about lizards and all that crap. No, he could have done the footwork, or he's part of it and he won't do the footwork. This shit is real. I don't know who these guys are, but when I say this shit is real, maybe it is real. Like Doreen, she says she's hybrid. It has to be what these guys are, a combination between lizard and human. That would be my guess. I'm going to show you something else. Hang on. I remember this story. This is some years back. This isn't a human. This is one of them things, whatever the fuck they are. CNN, it didn't seem like a fair fight. One of the hurling football players, pro wrestlers, blah, blah, blah. Another was a lone 124-pound mother, right, of 4. And sure enough, in the end, Sunday's contact at Big Texan Steak Ranch in Amarillo wasn't even close. Ready for this? Molly Schuler, scarf down. Hang on a second. Hang on. Hang on a second. Okay. Look at her. Why would she be wearing sunglasses and have her hood up in Amarillo, Texas, in the middle of summer? Because that ain't it. Okay, it's going to ad block me here in a minute. So ready? She said, Molly, scarf down 3 72-ounce steaks, 3 baked potatoes, and 3 side salads, 3 rolls, and 3 shrimp cocktails. So that 120-pound bitch did that, huh? Which is your 3. That's more than 13 pounds of steak, not counting the sides, and she did it in 20 minutes. That's a carnivore. That's not a human being. Okay? What's it say down here? She bested previous record holder Joey Jaws Chestnut. The big landmark Texan restaurant offers a 72-ounce challenge, and she ate how she did that, huh? It's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. But this is not. Just because they show you some picture of a broad eating a steak and telling you she did all that, that's all numerical, and that's what these guys are. That's what these guys are. I'm telling you, this shit is real. Whatever these guys are is what the quote chosen ones are tied into. Period. I don't know what these things, what they are, but it's them. I call them reptilians. He's just another one of the bullshit artists. Anybody could have done this work, given enough time and the inclination to do it. He supposedly, what was his story? Oh, he said God came to him and told him that he was Jesus when he was in a hotel room. Yeah, I'm sure that he did. And then you go off on this reptilian thing and then you never explain it. These things are probably the fallen angels is what they are. They're hybrids. They're half lizard, half human. Let's face it. Whatever COVID really is on that aspect is a virus that's killing them. That's what they need the antibodies for. These fuckers are real. They need it. I'm just getting closer. Why was this picture on my friend's daughter's Facebook with no explanation? I started noticing the hand symbols myself a long time ago. Okay, so most of this work was on, I already had this work before I even ran into this shit. I'm just telling you, these fuckers exist. Whoever they are, they exist. For better or for worse, they exist. So when you saw Jim Carrey with it said, what did it say on the K9, Sirius 9? That light fell. They're stuck here. They're stuck here too. But the thing is that they must have some pretty high intelligence to survive this long, because they have influenced another group, the chosen ones, to do all of this stuff. Has to be them. You call them demons, call them whatever you want. I'm getting more and more evidence that there's reality to this stuff, not the kind of crap that they're talking about. So I'm telling you that there's enough proof here to give me an 85% stamp of approval that this shit really exists. So if you wanted to put it into Christianity terms, these would be the fallen angels. If you were Muslim, you would call them the jinn. But whatever, they're far smarter than we are, and a hell of a lot older. And this is who the Zionists have tied their selves to. And this is probably where they're taking these kids for all of that stuff. Whatever all that is, cannibalism, whatever the fuck it is. That would be my guess. This is a cross between a mammal and a reptile. But these aren't just reptiles. They're intelligent. I'll keep working on this. This is too obvious to the person that knows what they're looking at. This is just an odd picture, but I found it. My friend sent me a picture because they carry this supposed skull around all over the place, which is supposed to be, I guess, the skull of that dude. So my guess is that this is a real being.